Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. So welcome to what is a hybrid replay episode. So you're getting my perspective, but I'm not doing a commentary while I'm playing because I'm trying to try hard and climb. So we've done these before and people actually kind of like these a lot. So again, the weird thing with my audience, there is like a divide. Some people only love the live commentaries. Some people love the replay episodes. So I think this is a good mix. You're getting my point of view, but you're also getting maybe a more analytical, educational based replay or commentary, because obviously, yeah, I'm not playing, my hands are right here. So I played this a few days ago on stream. We're playing Lux. We're actually using the brand new prestige skin. So yes, I did unlock it instantly because of, again, when you're on an account that owns everything, you just re-roll skin shards and then you get whatever's new. Gemstone skins, prestige skins, whatever. So just to kind of make the point clear, again, the bottom left, of me recording this little replay. I don't know if you guys like it or not. The Darius episode hasn't come out yet. So by that episode, I know if I'll continue doing it. And again, probably won't do it all the time. But I kind of like it. You know, it adds more to, you know, you guys knowing what's going through me as a player. You're seeing me press abilities. And, you know, when there's sometimes been in commentaries of going, I pressed that button, and people in the comments say, Huz, no, you didn't. Well, now you'll be able to see if I did, which I think is kind of interesting. So we're playing Lux. Again, we're against a Zed. This matchup is, I'd like to say a skill matchup, but partially it's not. It's a ticking time bomb. So Lux can do great things. If you guys watched, you know, Team Liquid randomly, well, not really randomly, beat IG. You know, they're now in the final. By the time this video comes out, that might have already happened. Fantastic. You know, Lux was also used in that game. And if you're wondering what is probably the best use for Lux, probably Zoe, a counter to Zoe. Lux is fantastic as a counter to Zoe because Zoe's too predictable for Lux. So when Zoe is doing her ultimate while Fiddlesticks, randomly, by the way, a Fiddlesticks going for counter jungle on a Rengar. So I managed to pick up first blood. Oh, not first blood, but a kill for myself. But that gives me blue, which is nice. I forgot the track that I was going on, but basically, yeah. So Lux is just fantastic. Oh, counter to Zoe. So Zoe's just too predictable. So when Zoe uses her ultimate, Lux can just throw her abilities at where Zoe's going to be and basically get a free combo. I was actually picking up my car from a service when the Lux game was finishing up, and I don't remember if Zoe took cleanse. If she didn't, that's a mistake, because she definitely should have. Because if you get caught by Lux's Q, you're in a bit of trouble. So again, this matchup, ticking time bomb, Zed will pretty much eventually kill me. So it's just trying to maximize as much as I can do in lane phase. But then honestly, what I'm looking to do is just be better than Zed in team fights. So you'll see I am trying to poke him a bit. We've got one of his health potions. He's already got both of mine randomly. He's popping another one now. So we both popped 2 health potions from each other. So, yeah, again, lane phase, it could even go in a Zed's way. I am hitting some nice spells here and there, which is good. Again, this comp, just to break it down, we've got Fiora top, Rengar jungle, Draven, and Nico. So Fiddlesticks coming in for a gank. I go for a flash, and there we go. I don't remember if these two were duo, the mid laner and the jungler, the fiddle, because he did come mid quite a bit. So, but he, honestly, that gank wouldn't be because of the duo. He just wants his blue buff back. Obviously, Fiddlesticks without a blue buff is quite rough. So yeah, he's just trying to get the blue back. So that's why that gank was a thing. So Zed, again, you can see he is aggressively shadowing. And, you know, one thing that you can do to counter a Zed when, it, you know, aggressive shadows is have your jungler standing by. But again, Rengar, it's hard for Rengar to gank in the middle of mid lane pre-6. At level 6, sure. But pre-6, it's difficult, because his whole kind of kit is about using either bushes or his ultimate to jump on the target. I will say what we can do in this episode is have a little bit of a discussion in the comment section, meanwhile, Nico goes down. So I'd love you guys to get involved in this in the comments. I want to know your stance on one-shot champions in League of Legends. This topic might come up, you know, in the coming weeks, because it's quite a big topic. The reason why it all kind of came from, while Rengar goes for a gank, actually misses a Q, hits a minion, but it doesn't really matter. It all kind of stemmed from 2 things. One, Diana got nerfed to limit her one-shot potential, because I'm sure a lot of us have played against a Diana who's not a popular pick, but you just randomly get one-shot and you're like, okay. And then obviously the other champion that is very much known as a pure one-shot champion is Rengar, which is highlighted in this game, and you'll see examples of it later. But then a champion designer, Riot August, he, from my knowledge, has designed some assassins that are maybe in question of maybe having that one-shot potential. He was coming out and saying that he likes one-shot champions, that he thinks it's good for the game to have one-shot champions. And it was mixed feedback. If I'm sure if you're a Rengar player, you like one-shot champions because you literally just one-shot people. But I don't mind one-shot champions when there is skill involved. When there is an actual combo that you have to do. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks goes for a gank. Zed uses both of his summoners, and I managed to survive just. So again, you can see Fiddlesticks still coming mid quite a bit. Pretty heavy ganking Fiddlesticks, to be honest. Normally you don't see them gank that much until level 6, but this one is. But yeah, so what's your stance of them? Are you okay with Rengar hitting 2-item power spike and just one-shotting most people on the map with basically very little counterplay? Or do you think that's fine? So again, my kind of thing is I don't mind the one-shot, but I would like there to be some skill involved. Rengar hitting 2 items, ulting, pressing R, throwing a Q, and then hitting Q again on the enemy AD carry. There's no skill involved in that. Again, Rengar as a champion, he's hard to play because it's decision-making, but the actual one-shot itself, there's not skill involved. There just isn't. So I'd like to know what your stance is as a community. I would imagine the majority of the community doesn't love one-shot champions. Again, another good example, when Syndra was overpowered, she pressed Q and then ultimate and you died. That wasn't healthy either. So these type of unhealthy situations, I really don't like. I don't think they're good for the game because it's promoting, in a weird way, not playing the game because someone just one-shots you. So yeah, let me know in the comments and I'll be reading through those. And again, I'm somebody that firmly believes that if in order to be not just a better person, but also a better educator in League of Legends, if you want to call me that, I need to know more opinions. I need to learn things. Anyway, Rengar goes for a little play on the Zed, but the Zed actually initiated it. Zed now getting caught in a bush. Rengar just jumps on his face. There you go. Now continuing down, enemy bot lane, try to come over and save. Gonna go for a play. Hit 1Q, hit 2Q, get the combo, and boom. There is a nice little play. 3 dead on the enemy team. Rengar gets one. I think Draven gets the other one. Potentially, no. Nico took the other one because Draven is annoyed that he didn't get his stacks finished. Again, preferably, if you can let a Draven obviously complete his stacks, you very much should do that. Part of his champion design and why, again, we've spoken it, I'm sure, before, but why he is, I'd consider as well a unhealthy champion and why his whole community, you could argue, are quite toxic is because his passive is a toxic passive for gameplay. Think of you're farming on Draven, you're catching your axes, you're building your passive up, and you're like, dude, I'm gonna get so much bonus gold my next kill. You go for a play in bot lane, and your support, let's say you're a little bit annoyed that you've not got a very good support. You're like, oh god, this support's not helping me, but whatever. I'm just catching my axes, and then that support takes your kill, and you end up dying right after. That's going to annoy you as a Draven. And that's why inherently Draven players get annoyed a lot more than others because of that passive. And again, I'm not condoning toxic behavior, but I can understand a Draven getting annoyed at a support or somebody when it's like, you are literally not just taking a kill away from me, you are taking my passive away from me. That can be annoying, and I imagine it is. So, yeah. Anyway, item build wise, doing a split item build. Again, normally I would never recommend split item builds because it inherently makes you weaker because you're buying components, not full items. But this is the type of game that I think I kind of have to. But I would also say I probably made a mistake on which items to go for first. Now, I hit Fiddlesticks there randomly in that bush, and my Twitch chat, because again, this was being recorded with music, so I wasn't doing a commentary. My Twitch, what? I just predicted he was there, literally. I just knew for some reason that Fiddlesticks was there. The Zed's positioning, his body, it's going to sound weird because body language, but just everything that Zed was doing was telling me Fiddlesticks is in that bush. Plus, if you use the history of the game, don't ignore history because people have patterns. Human beings are patterned people. They get in a rhythm. I've gone mid lane a lot. I'm going to continue going mid lane. So that's what that was. It was just a little bit like Zed's positioning and also Fiddle's been mid a lot. And obviously by this point he'll be level 6. So it was an educated guess and we did guess correctly. Even so much as hitting the Q. Wasn't just like he's in that bush. We literally hit the Q on him, which is always nice. So again, we've spoken about how this lane goes. It's a ticking time bomb that eventually Zed will just overpower a Lux. Lux can't do anything in the 1v1. But you don't necessarily build Lux or play Lux for a 1v1 in this specific matchup. You play Lux to be great as a team player, as sure, as an individual carry, she could one-shot people if she lands her spells for great damage, and if you go for the ultimate build. Meanwhile, the play happening in bot lane will continue the point in a second. Fiddlesticks nearly gets one shot, does get killed. Zed roamed before I did, unfortunately, because it's a Zed. So I am trying to make my way. Jhin is going to try and go for an ultimate play. He's missing a couple. Hits one. Hits two, so Jhin at the end of that comes out with a double kill, you know, right at the end, hitting both of them. So that's annoying. Gonna ult the wave just so they can't push in, get a plate or something like that, which, you know, that's what I can do, I guess. So again, not good that Zed roamed before me, but you normally would expect a Zed to roam quicker than a Lux. I don't even have tier 1 boots yet. Zed, I'm pretty sure it does. But yeah, you don't, as I was saying before, you don't pick Lux generally for a solo carry. She has that aspect to her. You can solo carry for sure, but she's good at team. You know, again, I don't rate her as a support, as people know. Mid lane to me is just so much better. You're richer. You know, Lux to me, you have to be cash rich to make the champion work quite well. Otherwise, her damage is basically zero. Her shield doesn't even do much when you have no AP. So that's kind of why I like her in mid. And she's not bad at controlling. Now, the annoying thing is I warned that Zed was still missing, whatever. Fiora stays around. Zed didn't even use ultimate in that roam, and he does go down. Small mistake by me, basing like I am there. There was a cannon minion there that I didn't even look to get. Anyway, Nico going for a ultimate play, obviously, you know, trying to do as much as he can. Draven finally picks himself up a kill. That might be his first one in the game. And he does, like, you know, that's going to make him happy. Again, little things can change how a game goes, especially if you're a champion. It was his first kill. If you're a champion that is all about kills and you're just being denied kills, your support's taking them, it can be annoying. And then that one kill can just flip your mental instantly. You know, for example, it's not going to be a replay. Spoilers a little bit, but by the time this video comes out, we should be fine. I got my main account back into Diamond 2. Last night, I played off-stream. Meanwhile, Zed, I think, goes for a flash play there. I played off-stream because it's just so much easier to climb off-stream than it is climb on-stream. The distraction level was completely different. And I had a Vladimir where he tilted. He literally typed in chat, "I'm tilted, sorry, you know, I'm my in" type deal. It's like, really, dude? So really annoying. Anyway, I'm going to just try to save the Draven, get the kill onto the Morgana. Me and Draven are going to try and continue as much as we can. Really, by the way, good kiting that he's doing right now. So that Draven played that pretty much as well as he probably could have. I then do get the shutdown on the Draven. Also going to pick myself up a tower plate. So that's going to make me rich again. And we are 3-0-3. We're actually having a pretty good game. And again, you saw earlier maybe in the chat that the Rengar was pinging me that the Zed roam. There's not much I can do as a Lux to stop a Zed roaming. Because if he roams, I follow him, but he doesn't go the full way. He just waits in a bush or turns on me. I'm dead. That's the problem. So yeah, we've got to be a bit careful on that. But anyway, Fiora gets a kill in top lane, which is great. So the game's going okay. And again, I keep losing the point when something happens beforehand. I haven't done these commentaries in a while, you can tell. Anyway, Fiddlesticks randomly walking way too deep, gets killed for free. Don't know what he's doing. We get the Infernal Dragon, which might be our second in the game. I can't remember. It might be, which is great. You know, Infernal Dragon, I can't stress how important that is. Oh, it was the Vladimir. I'll speak about him in a second. I now remember. But I can't stress how important Infernal Dragon is. I literally saw some statistics not that long ago of win percentage as the minions duke my ultimate. Of win percentages, how they go up when Infernal Dragons are in the game. If you get one Infernal Dragon plus any other type of dragon, your win percentage instantly goes up to something like 55%, which, you know, that's pretty good. If you get double Infernal Dragon, however, statistically, the team that have double Infernal Dragon, obviously triple would be more, wins 80-something%. It is so important. So when you're seeing people ignore Infernal Dragon, please stress it to them how important it is. Or if you're a jungler that ignores dragons, but you see it Infernal, please go for that. It is stupidly important. Because what it does, and a lot of games in League of Legends nowadays go to late game or relative late game, it gives you late game scaling that the other team literally cannot get. That's why it's that important. Anyway, we're speaking about the Vladimir that I said. So in the Diamond 2 promo, anyway, oh god, so much is happening. I remember this. Report Fiddlesticks AFK and Fiddlesticks gank in the bot lane. That, by the way, is officially reportable. That is unsportsmanlike. You're completely, you know, trying to BM the bad manners, BM the enemy team by doing that. So that is 100% reportable what that Jhin just did, by the way, just to let people know in case you do it, whatever. Hopefully you don't, because it's a scumbag thing to do. But Finally, we can talk about the Vladimir. He tilted. He was literally saying in the chat, guys, am I in? Jesus. He was playing Vladimir versus Aatrox in top lane. And he, not good, but he managed to keep his relative cool. So much so that, again, we kept saying to him, dude, you're Vlad. Just wait. Just farm. But he kept trying to fight him for some reason, the Aatrox. Kept dying. He was like 0-5 in late game, in lane phase. And guess what? We ended up turning that game around because our late game was way too strong. So again, always be kind of smart about what you're doing and try not let your emotions take over the game. You know, Lux again, you know, Vladimir in that game, sucked in lane phase, was amazing later. Lux in this game, you know, even though we're 4-0-3, I can't take this Z on. You've got to be smart about it. I'm being smart by not taking the Z on, and that's okay. So you can see, he really wants to kill me, by the way, and I don't want to die. So I just flash instantly. I know the damage isn't enough right now, so we survive. Really good. Then we've got Nico coming in to try and help me. Morgana flashes out the way, and boom, instantly Fiddlesticks. So again, that's his like 4th gank or something, or 5th gank maybe in mid lane. But he's predominantly ganked mid. Rengar was waiting in the enemy jungle, if you watched the minimap a little while ago. He was waiting in the enemy jungle trying to find that Fiddlesticks for ages. He found him eventually, you know. He just took Fiddlesticks ulting on me again to get the kill. So again, there might have been duo queue going on, as we mentioned earlier. So, yeah. Here, I think I'm just saying to my stream, you know, that is reportable because, yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct. If Riot officially said that spoiling stuff like Endgame was unsportsmanlike, was bannable, by the way, you could get a 3-day ban if you did that. Definitely doing what that Jhin did is also punishable. Probably wouldn't give you a ban, but it would definitely, like, the way that bans work in League of Legends, just to kind of make the point clear, sometimes if you do a really bad offense, that could be enough to just trigger a warning or trigger a punishment instantly. But what a lot of the time is that people that are getting reported constantly for little things, if you get enough reports, then your account will have action taken upon it. So that Jhin, that is one of those, like, action is, you know, it's one of those things that you're going to add up. Action could be taken eventually if you keep doing unsportsmanlike things. But it wouldn't be like the big thing that causes it. So we do kill the Morgana, which is nice. Zed going to go for me. Again, he keeps going for ultimates, but just doesn't have enough follow-up damage, and I can literally just run away from him. Rengar going to try and get to the Zed. He actually just murders him straight up because the Zed had no escape. He uses W and stuff to engage on me. We spoke about it earlier that, you know, that's how Rengar can kill people. Just wait until Zed, you know, can't do anything. So that's really nice. Fiddlesticks, again, ganking bot lane, which now does open the mid lane tower for me a little bit, missing the enemy top laner. So do have to be a little bit careful, but my team pick up the Rift Herald, and the Fiora actually was the one that took it, not the Rengar. Again, the Fiora's been having a pretty good game. I would probably, you know, expect a Fiora to beat a Kennen, if I'm honest. But although, Kennen a very strong pick. If you've been watching MSI, stupidly strong pick. And one thing that has surprised me, and again, I don't know what it is, I recently picked up Jace again because I just enjoy the playstyle, and I think enjoying something is pretty important. When you enjoy something, you're likely going to play better. Anyway, Rengar gets a one-shot. We spoke about earlier with one-shots and that, so that's a good example of that. But yeah, playing something you enjoy is likely going to make you play better, and I enjoy Jace. It just so happened when, you know, I started picking him up, Jace has become incredibly popular, and I'm not going to say overpowered, but in MSI, if I'm not mistaken, if the statistics do still hold true, he's at 100% champion rate in MSI. What I mean by champion rate, it's probably called something else. He hasn't been played every game, but he has been involved in the champion select. Boom, gets killed. Being involved in the champion select every single game, whether he has been picked or he's been banned in every single game. 100% involvement in MSI, and that's Jace. So it's kind of crazy. So again, Lux I enjoy, you've just got to play the smart way. Really nice stun parry by Fiora there, gets herself a kill, go for the Jhin, he flashes out my Q, everyone's got flash. But again, you just saw the Rengar obviously using flash to kill the Zed, but that was basically a one-shot as well. You know, his one combo of spells killed the Zed in one go. There's no counterplay, you know, where's the counterplay? You can't do anything about it. So now we're just going to barrel down the mid lane. We've got the old Shelly up. Fiora's going to go on the Jhin. Going to use my ultimate, get him a bit lower. Fiora's going to pick up the kill. Unfortunately, the Black Shield probably kept him alive until my damage could have. Going to just, you know, trying to keep the enemy team away. Remember, as Lux, your E is also a slow. Kennen going to go for an all-in. Does manage to get it. He is going to continue going. I slow the Zed. Going to try and maybe continue fighting with the Fiora. She does get the Zed. I'm missing a bunch of spells here, which is not good. But going to try and slow the enemy team. me and Fiora are going to dodge the Morgana Q and are going to make our way out, I think, for now. So again, really good by Fiora there. She's played well. She beat the Kennen. Although, again, Kennen has been a strong pick. And that, again, a good highlight of why pro play is different. You're watching a champion like Fiora relatively at ease beating a Kennen. And again, then you never see Fiora in pro play. There's been no, I don't think Fiora's in MSI at all, but Kennen's been, again, nearly involved in every single game. So when people say to me, you know, why are they different or how are they different? Different picks. There's different situations. You know, Kennen in a team situation that you know your teammates, you're on communication with them, you can make a strategy. Kennen's great because you can come for team fights, you can flank the enemy team, make a plan. Fiora, who's a bit more of a one-on-one champion, you see she's winning the 1v1. That's more solo queue, obviously. So you can see the Zed now saying report Fiddle Flame in, etc. So again, we've got nothing that we can't, and again, another one shot, obviously. We have no, we've got no evidence that the Fiddlestick's doing that. So again, never report something you don't see. And I know some people do. Again, in the grand scheme of things, the system will report people as evidence-based. You know, if you're toxic, there's no hiding from the text you're typing in. That's the funny thing with toxicity. You're literally typing the evidence to get yourself banned. And that's why also, you know, Riot, I would say, is very hesitant of doing voice chat, and why like people in Riot have said they're never doing it publicly, voice chat. Because how would you... There's the evidence chain of who's toxic. What, you're going to have people listening in on those? There's not enough manpower. Where text, a computer, keywords, easy. Like, really easy. Especially if there's multiple of those per game or whatever. So that's the difference. Again, that's why always people say to me, oh, but, you know, why do people who are toxic, you can mute them, why do they get banned more than people that are in? It's easier to prove text. You know, it's way easier to prove text. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks does a really good flash. He manages to flash away, go for my Q, but he does flash out of the way. But yeah, it's easier to prove text toxicity than it is inting. Someone genuinely could be just having a bad game, not necessarily inting. So for some reason that Fiddlesticks, you know, he manages to get away, then he's just chilling in a bush. Again, why is he chilling in a bush? That's not a Fiddlesticks inting, by the way. That's just a Fiddlesticks. We get a nice Q on the Kennen near the backline, get him to half health. He has to go for bushes to look for ultimate. That's what that champion does, and that's why I also think he's looking to get reworked. He's such a one-dimensional pick, Fiddlesticks, because you exactly know what he's wanting to do. And yeah, you can still get caught out by it, but if you have good vision around the edges of where you are as a team, get a nice Q on the Morgana, there's nothing really a Fiddlesticks can do because you're just predicting what he's going to do. I ultimate right a little bit there on purpose, by the way, just to try and make the Kennen run left of it. He was either going to run into my ultimate and die or get killed. So there we go. That is the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, if you like these, smash the like button. Again, in the comment section, let me know what you think of like everything in general. Showing you the outro, though, I think I'm going to probably honor the Rengar, and we'll have a little look at the damage. So again, we definitely weren't the carry this game, but what I'd say I did a good job of, I was useful to a relative degree of getting nice little picks with my ultimate that kills wouldn't happen, and I didn't technically die to the Zed. You know, the Zed didn't kill me, I don't think, in the 1v1 ever. I died once to the Fiddlesticks gank. So I am throwing a report on the Jhin because, again, that is unsportsmanlike what he did. And I'm not even reporting the Fiddlesticks. Nothing that we saw of him warranted it. So you can see my damage, not that good because everyone else was killing everything. And I just needed to use my ultimate here and there to finish the enemy team off. I think 3 maybe of my kills, we wouldn't have got them unless my ultimate sniped them. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button, comment down below all the things that we spoke about in the episode, and I'll see you guys next time. And again, remember, this is before we got back to Diamond 2. So yeah.